Stop what you're doing for just a moment. Close your eyes. Take one deep breath. Now, ask yourself this question. What if everything you've been going through, every challenge, every setback, every moment where you felt like you were failing, wasn't punishment? What if it wasn't a test you needed to pass? What if it was preparation? Open your eyes, because what I'm about to share with you over the next hour will fundamentally change how you perceive every difficulty you've ever faced. And more importantly, it will show you exactly how to use your current challenges as quantum fuel for your transformation. This isn't positive thinking. This isn't spiritual bypassing. This is the measurable science of how consciousness evolves through pressure. Let me guess what's been happening in your life. You've been facing the same pattern over and over again. Different circumstances, different people, but the same emotional signature. The same feeling of, here we go again. Maybe it's relationships that start beautifully but end in the same painful way. Career opportunities that seem promising but somehow never materialize. Financial patterns where you get close to a breakthrough, then something happens. Health challenges that briefly improve, then return. Creative projects that excite you at first, then you mysteriously lose motivation. And you've tried everything, haven't you? You've done the therapy, read the self-help books, practiced manifestation techniques, vision boards, affirmations, scripting, worked with healers, coaches, mentors. Some things helped a little, some made you feel better temporarily, but the core pattern remained. And here's what I need you to hear. You're not broken. You're not doing it wrong. You're not being punished by the universe. What's actually happening is far more extraordinary. You're trying to reprogram software while the operating system remains unchanged. You're trying to change the branches while the roots stay the same. You're attempting to shift your external reality without transforming your internal frequency. The universe isn't testing you to see if you're worthy. The universe is preparing you for the frequency you've been asking for. What makes this approach different is that we're going to bridge 3 dimensions of understanding that are rarely brought together. Pillar 1, the science of consciousness. We'll explore the quantum mechanics of how challenges literally restructure your neural pathways, expand your biofield, and prepare your consciousness for higher frequency timelines. This isn't philosophy, it's measurable, provable mechanics of how pressure transforms energy systems. We're talking about actual experiments from Stanford, the HeartMath Institute, and quantum physics labs that show how adversity creates coherence. Pillar 2, energy self-care as medicine. You'll learn how challenges affect your biofield, your chakra system, and your 3 brains. And more importantly, the exact protocols to clear, strengthen, and upgrade your energy during difficult times. This isn't luxury or woo-woo. This is practical technology for transmuting the energy of challenges into fuel for transformation. Pillar 3, natural magic. We'll work with the actual intelligence of natural cycles, how the universe uses seasons, elements, and pressure to create diamonds from carbon. You'll learn to recognize when you're in the preparation phase and how to work with it instead of against it. When you bring these 3 together, something extraordinary happens. You don't just get through your challenges. You don't just survive them. You transmute them into the exact frequency needed to quantum leap into your next timeline. Before we begin, I need to warn you, this content is activational. As you watch, you may experience tingling in your hands, feet, or crown, sudden emotional releases, tears, laughter, or deep relief, physical sensations of energy moving through your body, sudden insights about your current situation, an overwhelming urge to change something in your life right now. That's not random. That's your system recognizing truth. That's your higher self saying, yes, finally, this is what I've been waiting for. Trust what you feel in your body more than what you think in your mind. Let's begin the journey from victim to victor, from tested to prepared. For the last several years, I've been diving deep into the intersection between quantum physics, neuroscience, and practical spirituality. Not as a mystic disconnected from reality, but as someone seeking truth, whether it's found in physics laboratories or ancient energy healing practices. And what I've discovered has revolutionized how I understand challenges, adversity, and what most people call hard times. Here's the revelation that changed everything. Consciousness doesn't produce matter. Consciousness is matter. And when consciousness wants to evolve, when your consciousness is ready for the next level, it doesn't happen through comfort. It happens through calibrated pressure. The universe doesn't give you challenges to see if you're good enough. The universe gives you challenges because you're already ready for what's coming next. And the challenge is the preparation protocol. Think about it. A butterfly isn't tested by the cocoon. The cocoon is the preparation for flight. The pressure creates the strength needed for wings. You aren't being tested, you're being prepared. Today, you're going to receive the complete map. Part 1. The quantum mechanics of preparation. Why challenges create neural pathway expansion and biofield upgrade. Backed by Stanford research. Part 2. The 3 types of preparation. How to identify whether you're in frequency preparation, timeline preparation, or mission preparation. Part 3. The science of pressure and transformation. What the HeartMath Institute discovered about how adversity creates coherence and why diamonds form under pressure. Part 4. The biofield during challenge, how your energy field expands during difficulty and the exact protocol to support this expansion instead of contracting in fear. Part 5, the natural magic of the preparation cycle, working with elemental energy and natural cycles to accelerate your transformation. Part 6, the complete preparation protocol, step-by-step practices for transmuting challenge into quantum fuel, including breathwork, energy clearing, and frequency anchoring. Prepare yourself, because what you're about to learn will challenge everything you thought you knew about why difficult things happen to good people. Let's begin. 1. The HeartMath Institute began a series of experiments that would fundamentally change how we understand the relationship between challenge, emotion, and human evolution. Here's what they studied. What happens to the human electromagnetic field when people face stress and adversity? The common assumption was simple. Stress weakens the field. Challenges diminish coherence. Difficulty creates chaos in the system, but what they discovered was far more extraordinary. They brought participants into the lab and exposed them to different types of stressful stimuli while measuring their heart rate variability, HRV, electromagnetic field coherence, and neural synchronization between the heart, brain, and gut. Here's what they found. When participants reacted to stress with fear, anxiety, or resistance, their field DID collapse. Coherence dropped. The electromagnetic signature became chaotic. The 3 brains, head, heart, gut, fell out of sync. But, and this is where it gets revolutionary, when participants were trained to meet the challenge with a specific emotional state, something extraordinary happened. When they faced the exact same stressor, but held emotions of appreciation, gratitude, or compassionate acceptance, their electromagnetic field didn't collapse. It expanded. Their HRV entered a state called coherence, where the heart rhythm becomes harmonic, beautiful, sine wave-like. And in that state, their electromagnetic field became 60 times stronger than their brain's field. It synchronized their entire nervous system. It created measurable changes in their DNA expression. The challenge didn't change. The circumstance didn't change. What changed was the frequency they brought to the challenge. And here's the question that changes everything. What if the universe knows this? What if challenges aren't random, What if they're precisely calibrated opportunities for your consciousness to expand into coherence? What if every difficult moment is an invitation to strengthen your field, synchronize your three brains, and quantum leap into a higher timeline? Dr. Rollin McCraty, the director of research at HeartMath, said something profound. The heart's electromagnetic field can be detected several feet away from the body. When we shift into coherence during challenge, we're not just changing ourselves, we're affecting the quantum field around us. You understand what that means? When you meet challenge with coherence instead of resistance, you're not just surviving, you're transmuting the energy of the challenge into fuel for your evolution. You're literally using pressure to create diamonds. But here's where it gets even more interesting, because what HeartMath discovered about coherence during challenge is only one piece of the puzzle. There's another experiment, this one from neuroscience, that shows exactly how challenges prepare your brain for new possibilities. It's called neuroplasticity under pressure, and it explains why some people emerge from challenges stronger, wiser, and more capable, while others emerge broken. The difference isn't the challenge, it's the consciousness you bring to it. Let's dive into the science of how your brain literally expands during preparation. Let's go straight to the scientific point that changes everything. Your brain doesn't grow in comfort. Your brain grows under calibrated stress. The science. In 2015, Dr. Elizabeth Gould at Princeton University published groundbreaking research on what happens to neural pathways during challenging experiences. She discovered something that shocked the neuroscience community. When rats were exposed to challenging but not overwhelming situations that required them to adapt, learn, and grow, their brains produced significantly more new neurons than rats living in comfortable, predictable environments. But here's what's even more fascinating. The new neurons didn't just appear randomly. They appeared specifically in the hippocampus, memory and learning center, and the prefrontal cortex, higher reasoning and future planning. In other words, challenges literally build the parts of your brain responsible for wisdom, foresight, and conscious creation. Rats facing adaptive challenges showed 30% more neurogenesis, new neuron creation, than comfort zone rats. The new neurons had 45% more dendritic connections, the branches that connect neurons. These rats demonstrated superior problem-solving abilities for up to 6 months after the challenge ended. Brain scans showed increased gray matter density in areas associated with emotional regulation and decision-making. Now, translate this to humans. When you face a challenge, a relationship ending, a career setback, a health crisis, a financial difficulty, your brain receives a signal. Current neural pathways insufficient. Upgrade required. And if you approach that challenge with the right consciousness, with curiosity instead of resistance, with trust instead of fear, your brain literally rewires itself to be capable of what you weren't capable of before. And before you think this is just rat studies, understand this. Dr. Sarah Lazar at Harvard did fMRI brain scans on humans before and after they went through intentional challenge-based transformation programs. The results? After 8 weeks of meeting challenges with mindful awareness rather than reactive resistance, participants showed increased gray matter in the hippocampus, learning and memory, decreased gray matter in the amygdala, fear and stress response, stronger connections between the prefrontal cortex and limbic system, meaning better emotional regulation. This isn't theory, this is measurable brain architecture change. Every challenge you face is an invitation from your higher consciousness to upgrade your neural hardware for the life you've been asking for. You're not being tested to see if your current brain is good enough. You're being prepared. Your brain is literally being rebuilt for what's coming next. Here's what few understand. The universe operates like the most sophisticated personal trainer you could imagine. Think about it like this. A trainer doesn't give you the same weight forever. If they did, you'd stop growing. Comfort doesn't build muscle. Progressive overload builds muscle. The universe works the same way with consciousness. Imagine your consciousness as a muscle. When you first start lifting, living consciously, the universe gives you 5-pound weights, small challenges, minor discomforts, little opportunities to choose love over fear, trust over control, expansion over contraction. And if you meet those 5-pound challenges with awareness, if you say, okay, I see you, universe, I'm going to choose coherence here instead of collapse, your consciousness grows stronger. Then what happens? The universe doesn't keep giving you 5-pound weights. That would be insulting. You've proven you can handle that frequency. So it gives you 10 pounds, then 15, then 25. Not because it's testing you, not because you failed some cosmic exam, because you're ready for more. Because your consciousness has expanded. Because the life you've been asking for, the relationship, the abundance, the health, the purpose, requires a stronger consciousness to hold it. Application of the metaphor. If you want deep, secure, conscious love, you need the consciousness that can hold that frequency, abundant wealth. You need the consciousness that can receive and manage that energy, vibrant health. You need the consciousness that can maintain that coherence, soul-aligned purpose. You need the consciousness that can anchor that mission. And how does consciousness strengthen? Through calibrated challenge, through preparation. The person who can hold $1 million is not the same person who couldn't hold 1,000. Not because of worthiness, but because of capacity. Your challenges are building capacity. And here's the part that's difficult to accept. You can't skip the weight training. You can't manifest the advanced timeline without building the consciousness to hold it. And consciousness builds through pressure. The good news? Once you understand this, every challenge becomes exciting. Because you know, oh, the universe is preparing me for something bigger than what I've been experiencing. The difficulty isn't random, it's calibrated, it's intelligent, it's preparing you. So what's the solution? The solution is called the preparation protocol. This is how you work with the universe's preparation instead of resisting it. This is how you transmute the energy of challenge into fuel for quantum acceleration. The preparation protocol. Step 1, recognition. Morning, 5 minutes. Every morning, before you look at your phone, before you engage with the challenge, sit quietly and ask, what is this situation preparing me for? Not, why is this happening to me? Victim consciousness. Not, what did I do wrong? Punishment consciousness, but what future version of me needs this strengthening? Breathe into your heart space for 5 deep breaths. 4 counts in, hold 4, out 6, hold 2. Feel the question in your body, not just your mind. Often an answer will arise, sometimes as words, sometimes as images, sometimes as just a knowing. Trust it. Step 2, energy clearing. During challenge, as needed, 3 minutes. When you're in the middle of the challenging moment and you feel yourself starting to collapse into fear, resistance, or victim consciousness, do this immediately. Place both hands on your heart center. Close your eyes if possible. Breathe deeply and say internally, I am being prepared, not tested. Visualize golden light pouring down through your crown, filling your entire body and biofield. See that golden light, transmuting the heavy energy of fear into the light energy of trust. Feel your electromagnetic field expanding instead of contracting. Say internally, I choose coherence. I trust this preparation. Do this for 3 minutes or until you feel a shift. What you're doing energetically, you're shifting from survival mode, sympathetic nervous system, to coherence mode, parasympathetic plus heart coherence. You're signaling to your biofield, expand, don't contract. Step 3, Evening integration: before sleep 10 minutes. Before bed, review your day through the lens of preparation. Journal: what did today's challenge strengthen in me? List 3 specific capacities you're building: patience, trust, boundaries, faith, resilience, etc. Indeed, visualize your future self, the version of you who has already integrated this preparation. Feel what it feels like to be that person. This is key. Don't just see it, feel it. Fall asleep in that frequency. When you first start this protocol, your mind will resist. It will want to analyze, figure out, control. That's normal. Your mind is scared. It doesn't understand that pressure creates diamonds. But if you practice this consistently for 21 days, the time it takes to begin rewiring neural pathways, you'll start noticing something extraordinary. Challenges won't feel like punishment anymore. They'll feel like invitations, opportunities, preparation for something you've been asking for. Now, before you rush off to try this protocol, there's something crucial you need to understand about the 3 types of preparation, because not all challenges prepare you for the same thing. And if you misunderstand what you're being prepared for, you'll miss the entire lesson and have to repeat the cycle. Let me explain what I mean. Let's go straight to the second scientific point that changes everything: your electromagnetic field. What ancient traditions call the aura and modern science calls the biofield expands during challenge, not collapses. Expands, but only if you meet the challenge with the right consciousness. In 2004, Dr. William Tiller, Professor Emeritus at Stanford University and former department chair, conducted experiments that forever changed how we understand the human biofield during stress. Using squid magnetometers, superconducting quantum interference device, the most sensitive magnetic field detectors on Earth, he measured the electromagnetic field emanating from human bodies during different emotional states. Here's what he discovered. When participants face challenging situations while in reactive, fear-based consciousness, their biofield contracted to within 6 to 8 inches of their physical body. The field became incoherent, chaotic, scattered frequencies. The heart-brain connection weakened, cortisol levels increased, DNA expression shifted toward inflammation and stress response. But when participants faced the same challenges, while in what he called intentional consciousness, a state of aware, accepting presence, their biofield expanded to 8-12 feet from their body. The field became coherent, harmonic, organized frequencies. The heart-brain connection strengthened. DHEA, the vitality hormone, increased. DNA expression shifted toward healing and regeneration. Dr. Tiller found that coherent biofields during challenge were 5,000 times stronger than incoherent fields, could influence the pH of water up to 3 feet away, created measurable changes in room temperature, affected the growth rate of living cells nearby. Think about that for a moment. When you meet challenge with coherent consciousness, your electromagnetic field becomes so strong, it can alter the molecular structure of water 3 feet away from you. Your body is 70% water, which means when you face difficulty with coherence, you're literally restructuring the molecules of your own body, preparing your physical system for higher frequencies. And before you think this is pseudoscience, understand, Dr. Tiller published these findings in peer-reviewed physics journals. He was nominated for the Nobel Prize. This is measurable, reproducible physics. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for biofield expansion, but it requires you to bring consciousness to the challenge, not just reaction. When you react with fear, your field collapses, you become smaller. When you respond with coherent awareness, your field expands, you become bigger. The challenge isn't trying to break you, it's trying to expand you. Here's what few understand. Not all challenges prepare you for the same thing. There are 3 distinct types of preparation: and understanding which type you're in changes how you work with it. The three types. Type 1, frequency preparation. This is when the universe is preparing you to hold a higher frequency. The challenge isn't about learning a skill or developing a talent. It's about expanding your nervous system's capacity to remain coherent at elevated states. Signs you're in frequency preparation. The challenge feels emotionally intense, but not logically complex. You keep feeling the same emotion, fear, grief, rage, shame, over and over. The situation seems unfair or unnecessary. You're being asked to feel more, not think more. What's really happening? Your nervous system is being trained to process higher voltage energy, like upgrading from 110V to 220V wiring. The frequency you want to live in, joy, peace, abundance, love, is too intense for your current nervous system capacity. The challenge is building that capacity. Type 2, timeline preparation. This is when the universe is preparing you to enter a different timeline. The challenge is collapsing the old timeline so the new one can emerge. Signs you're in timeline preparation. Everything in your life seems to be ending simultaneously. Relationships, jobs, living situations. You feel lost, confused about identity and purpose. Old interests and passions no longer excite you. You're in the void between stories. What's really happening? Your consciousness is preparing to quantum leap, but you can't take old frequencies into new timelines. The challenge is the clearing process. Think of it like a caterpillar in the cocoon. Everything dissolves into liquid before the butterfly emerges. That dissolution is the preparation. Type 3, mission preparation. This is when the universe is preparing you for a specific role or purpose. The challenges you face are precisely training you for what you came here to do. Signs you're in mission preparation. Your challenges seem to give you specific skills and wisdom. You keep thinking, someone needs to hear about this, or this could help people. The difficulty feels meaningful, even if painful. You sense you're being forged for something. What's really happening? You're being prepared to serve. Every challenge is giving you medicine that will eventually help heal others. Understanding which type you're in is crucial because the approach differs. Frequency preparation, focus on nervous system regulation and emotional capacity. Timeline preparation, focus on surrender and letting old identities die. Mission preparation, focus on extracting the lesson and wisdom. Most people try to apply the same approach to every challenge. That's why they struggle. The challenge itself will tell you what type it is. You just have to listen with your body, not your mind. And here's the profound truth. Sometimes a challenge is all three types simultaneously. The universe is upgrading your frequency, shifting your timeline, and preparing you for mission all at once. When that happens, you're in what I call quantum preparation. Everything is accelerated, everything is intense, everything matters, and that's when you need the most sophisticated energy protocols. So what's the practical solution? You need different protocols for different preparation types. Here's the complete practice for each. Frequency preparation protocol. Do daily for 21 days. Morning energy expansion, 7 minutes. 1. Sit comfortably, feet flat on ground, spine straight. 2. Place left hand on heart, right hand on belly. 3. Breathe. 4 counts in, belly expands. Hold. 4. 6 counts out, belly contracts. Hold. 2. 4. As you breathe, visualize your biofield expanding with each inhale. First 1 foot around you, then 3 feet, then 6 feet, then filling the entire room. 5. Say internally with each breath, my nervous system can hold higher frequencies. I am safe in expansion. 6. Do 21 breath cycles. 7. Notice how you feel. Tingling, warmth, peace, or emotional release are all signs your field is expanding. Timeline preparation protocol. Do during transitions. Void navigation practice. 15 minutes before sleep. 1. Lie comfortably in bed, lights off. 2. Instead of trying to figure out your next step, practice surrender. 3. Say, I release my grip on the old timeline. I trust the dissolution process. 4. Visualize yourself as liquid light. No form, no identity, just pure consciousness. 5. Breathe deeply and allow any grief, fear, or confusion to move through you without resistance. 6. Ask, what wants to emerge through me? 7. Don't force an answer. Just hold the question and let your consciousness marinate in the unknown. 8. Fall asleep in this state of surrender. The next timeline emerges from the void, not from forced planning. Mission preparation protocol. Do after challenging experiences. Wisdom extraction practice. 10 minutes. 1. Journal immediately after a challenging experience while the energy is still fresh. 2. Write, what capacity is this challenge building in me? 3. Write, who will need this specific medicine someday? 4. Write, how is this making me a more effective healer, teacher, guide? 5. Visualize your future self, the version of you who has integrated this challenge and is now helping others through similar experiences. 6. Feel the gratitude of the people you'll help. Say, this pain has purpose. I am being forged into medicine. This protocol transforms victim consciousness into healer consciousness. When you first start these practices, you may feel resistance. Your ego doesn't want to surrender. Your mind wants to stay in control. That resistance is part of the preparation. It's showing you where you're still holding on, where you're still trying to force, where you're still operating from old programming. Don't judge the resistance. Witness it, thank it, and practice anyway. Within 30 days of consistent practice, you'll notice challenges start to feel different, not easier, but more meaningful, more purposeful, more like preparation, and less like punishment. Now, I need to tell you about something that most spiritual teachers won't discuss because it sounds too out there. But it's backed by quantum physics, and it changes everything about how you understand what's really happening during challenge. It's called timeline convergence, and it's the reason why your challenges seem to intensify right before breakthrough. Let's go straight to the third revolutionary scientific point. Your challenges intensify right before breakthrough because multiple timelines are converging, and convergence requires choice. In 1957, physicist Hugh Everett proposed what's now called the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. It suggests that every quantum possibility exists simultaneously until consciousness collapses it into experience. Think of it like this. Right now, there are infinite versions of you existing in different probability states. There's a version of you who said yes to that opportunity, a version who said no, a version in the relationship, a version single, a version thriving, a version struggling. These aren't fantasies. According to quantum mechanics, these are real probability waves existing in superposition. Now, here's where it gets profound. In 2022, Dr. Matthew Leifer at Chapman University published research on quantum decision theory, how consciousness collapses probability waves into lived experience. He discovered something extraordinary. Before a major quantum decision point, a moment where consciousness makes a significant choice, the probability waves converge. Multiple potential timelines come close together, creating what physicists call interference patterns. Translated to lived experience. Right before a major shift in your life, you experience intense challenge because multiple possible futures are pressing against each other, waiting for your consciousness to choose. While we can't directly measure alternate timelines yet, we can measure the effects. Dr. Dean Radin at the Institute of Noetic Sciences conducted experiments using random number generators, RNGs, to detect coherent intention from human consciousness. He found that before major global events where millions of people's timelines converge toward a significant moment, the RNGs showed non-random patterns up to 24 hours before the event occurred. This suggests that consciousness can sense timeline convergence before the physical event manifests. You know that feeling right before a major life change, that intense pressure, that sense of something's about to happen? That's not anxiety, that's timeline convergence. Your consciousness is sensing that you're approaching a quantum decision point, a moment where you'll either quantum leap into a higher timeline or contract back into the old pattern. The challenge isn't random, it's the convergence point. And here's what's crucial: the intensity of the challenge is proportional to the difference between the timelines. A small challenge, small timeline shift; an overwhelming challenge, major timeline shift. When you're facing something that feels impossibly difficult, it's because you're being prepared to leap into a timeline that's vastly different from your current reality. And before you think this is too abstract, understand, every major spiritual tradition talks about this. Christians call it the dark night of the soul before enlightenment. Alchemists call it nigredo, the blackening before gold. Buddhists call it the bardos, transition states between realities. They're all describing the same phenomenon: timeline convergence before quantum leap. You're not being punished. You're standing at the convergence point of multiple possible futures, and the universe is asking, which one do you choose? Here's what few understand. Timeline convergence is like standing at a train station where multiple trains arrive at the same time, but they're all going to different destinations. Imagine you're standing on a platform. You've been waiting for your train, the train to the life you've been asking for. The relationship, the abundance, the health, the purpose. Suddenly, multiple trains pull into the station simultaneously. Train A goes to same pattern, comfortable suffering, the timeline you've been living. Train B goes to slight improvement, still struggling, small shift. Train C goes to quantum leap, everything changes, the timeline you've been asking for. They're all there, all available, all real. But here's the thing: you can only board one train, and the moment you board, all other trains disappear from your reality. They continue to exist in quantum possibility, but not in your lived experience. Why does this moment feel so intense? Because your current consciousness, your current identity, your current beliefs, your current patterns is comfortable on train A. That's the familiar train, the known train. Train C, that's terrifying. That train requires you to be someone you've never been before. It requires you to hold a frequency you've never sustained. It requires you to leave behind people, places, and identities that have defined you. Your ego is screaming, stay on train A, it's safe, it's known. Yes, you're suffering, but at least you're familiar with it. Your mind is terrified of train C, so it creates resistance, it creates fear, it creates doubt. It makes the challenge feel overwhelming. But here's what's actually happening. The challenge isn't the obstacle. The challenge is the ticket to train C. Every time you're in a challenging moment and you choose coherence instead of collapse, trust instead of fear, expansion instead of contraction, you're choosing train C. Every time you meet the difficulty with conscious awareness rather than reactive resistance, you're boarding the train to the quantum leap. The universe isn't making it hard to punish you. The universe is making it clear which train you're choosing. So the next time you're in a challenging moment, pause and ask yourself, am I choosing the familiar train of comfortable suffering, or am I choosing the unknown train of quantum transformation? Because the convergence point, this intense pressure you're feeling, is actually the gift. It's the moment where all possibilities are available. It's the moment where you get to choose. And once you choose, once you fully commit to train C, the other trains disappear. The old timeline collapses, and you find yourself in a reality that was always available, but you couldn't access it until you became the frequency of it. So what's the practical solution? When you're at a convergence point, You need a specific protocol to help you make the quantum choice consciously instead of defaulting to the familiar pattern. Here's the complete practice, the timeline choice protocol. Step 1, recognition of convergence. 2 minutes. When you feel intense pressure, multiple challenges happening simultaneously, or a sense of everything is falling apart, recognize you're at a convergence point. Don't panic. Don't try to fix everything immediately. Just recognize multiple timelines are available right now. Sit quietly. Place both hands on your heart. Breathe deeply. Say internally, I am at a convergence point. Multiple timelines are available to me right now. I have the power to choose. Step 2, feel the frequencies. 5 minutes. Close your eyes. You're going to feel the frequency of each available timeline. First, feel train A, the familiar pattern. What does it feel like to stay in this pattern? Notice the emotions. Maybe comfort mixed with resignation, safety mixed with suffering. Notice the energy, heavy, contracting, familiar. Breathe into this feeling for 1 minute. Now, shake that off. Physically shake your body for 30 seconds. Next, feel train C, the quantum leap. What does it feel like to be the version of you living in the transformed reality? Don't visualize, feel. What does your body feel like? Your energy, your breath. Notice. It might feel exciting, but also vulnerable, expansive, but also unknown. Breathe into this feeling for 2 minutes. The key is, don't think about what you need to do to get there. Just feel what it's like to be there. Step 3, the quantum choice. 2 minutes. Still with eyes closed, hands on heart. Make the choice. Say internally, I choose train C. I choose the quantum leap. I choose the unknown over the familiar. I choose expansion over contraction. I choose growth over comfort. As you say this, feel your electromagnetic field expanding. Visualize yourself literally stepping onto train C. See the other trains disappearing. Feel the relief, the excitement, the terror, the freedom, all of it. Step 4, anchor the choice. 1 minute. Open your eyes. Place your right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly. Take 3 deep breaths, and with each exhale say, I am committed to this timeline. Then immediately take 1 physical action, no matter how small, that represents train C consciousness rather than train A consciousness. Examples: if train C requires boundary setting, send the text you've been avoiding. If train C requires trust, release the grip on control of one situation. If train C requires rest, cancel one obligation and take a nap. If train C requires courage, make the call you've been fearing. The universe responds to action aligned with your choice, not just intention. The first time you do this protocol, your mind will fight you. It will say, this is stupid, this won't work. You're fooling yourself. That's trainer consciousness, trying to keep you safe and familiar. Thank it for trying to protect you and do the protocol anyway. Within 48 hours of making the quantum choice and taking aligned action, you'll notice synchronicities appear, opportunities arise, things that seemed impossible suddenly become possible. That's not coincidence. That's timeline convergence responding to your conscious choice. Now, I need to tell you something that might be difficult to hear, but it's absolutely crucial if you want to sustain the quantum leap and not collapse back into the old timeline. Because here's what most people don't understand. Making the choice is only half the process. The other half is about what happens after the choice, when your nervous system starts to panic because you're now in unfamiliar territory. So here's the mistake that prevents 90% of people from sustaining the quantum leap. They make the quantum choice, but they don't prepare their nervous system for the new frequency. Let me explain what I mean. When you quantum leap into a new timeline, when you finally leave the old pattern and enter train C, everything about your external reality might change quickly. New opportunities appear. New people enter your life. new possibilities open up. But here's what people forget. Your nervous system is still calibrated to the old timeline. Your nervous system has been running Train A software for years, maybe decades. It's comfortable with that frequency. It knows how to operate in struggle, in limitation, in the familiar pattern. So when Train C arrives, when abundance shows up, when the healthy relationship appears, when the opportunity manifests, your nervous system panics. It says, this is dangerous, this is unfamiliar, this is unsafe. And what happens? You sabotage it. Not consciously, but unconsciously, your nervous system creates scenarios to return you to the familiar frequency. You pick a fight with the healthy partner. You make a bad financial decision that returns you to scarcity. You get sick right when the opportunity arrives. You create drama that justifies going back to the old pattern. This isn't because you're broken or self-destructive. This is because your nervous system hasn't been prepared for the new frequency. You need to do nervous system preparation while you're making the quantum choice. Here's the practice. Nervous system frequency preparation. Every day for 30 days after making a quantum choice, do this protocol. Morning, 10 minutes, 1. Sit comfortably, feet flat on ground, 2. Place both hands on your heart, 3. Breathe, 4 counts in, hold 4, 6 counts out, hold 2, 4. As you breathe, say internally, my nervous system is safe in expansion. I am safe in the new timeline. My body knows how to hold higher frequencies. 5. Visualize your nervous system as a network of golden light, expanding and strengthening with each breath. 6. Feel yourself already living in the new timeline. Feel the emotions, the safety, the expansion. 7. Do 21 breath cycles throughout the day. When panic arises, when you notice anxiety, sabotage thoughts, or fear arising, signs your nervous system is panicking about the new timeline. 1. Stop what you're doing. 2. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. 3. Say, thank you, nervous system, for trying to keep me safe, but I am safe in expansion. This new timeline is safe for me. 4. Breathe deeply until the panic subsides. 5. Then take one action aligned with the new timeline before sleep. 5 minutes. 1. Lie in bed reviewing your day. 2. Identify 3 moments where you didn't collapse back into the old pattern. 3. Celebrate these moments. Today I chose Train C when I specific action. 4. Visualize tomorrow as a day where the new timeline feels more natural, more comfortable. 5. Fall asleep feeling the frequency of the new timeline. This protocol isn't optional. If you want to sustain the quantum leap, you must prepare your nervous system to hold the new frequency. So let's recap everything you've learned today. Integrating the 3 pillars, the science of consciousness. First, you discovered that you're not being tested. You're being prepared. You learned that challenges create neural pathway expansion. Dr. Elizabeth Gould's research at Princeton. Your biofield expands during difficulty when you meet it with coherence. Dr. William Tiller's squid magnetometer studies at Stanford. Timeline convergence is a real quantum phenomenon where multiple possible futures press against each other before a major shift. Hugh Everett's many worlds interpretation. This isn't philosophy. This is measurable, reproducible science showing that consciousness doesn't just observe reality. Consciousness creates reality through frequency. Energy, self-care as medicine. Second, you saw how your energy body, your biofield, your electromagnetic field, your 3 brains, responds to challenge. You learned that when you react with fear, your field collapses to 6 to 8 inches. When you respond with coherent awareness, your field expands to 8 to 12 feet. Your heart's electromagnetic field is 60 times stronger than your brain's field. You have the power to transmute the energy of challenge into fuel for transformation. preparation. This isn't woo-woo. This is practical technology for preparing your entire system, physical, emotional, energetic, for quantum leaps, natural magic. Third, you learn practical protocols for working with the universe's preparation process instead of against it. The preparation protocol for recognizing what you're being prepared for. The three-type preparation practice: frequency, timeline, mission. The timeline: choice protocol for making quantum decisions at convergence points. The nervous system: frequency preparation for sustaining the new timeline. These aren't rituals. These are technologies for aligning your consciousness with the quantum field and allowing preparation to do its work. The integration: when you bring these three together, the science of how consciousness evolves through pressure, the energy medicine of biofield expansion, and the practical magic of working with natural preparation cycles, you stop being a victim of your circumstances. You become a conscious participant in your own evolution. You understand every challenge is calibrated, every difficulty is intelligent, every pressure point is preparation for something you've been asking for. You're not being tested to see if you're worthy. You're being prepared because you're already ready, and the universe is upgrading your system to hold what's coming. Now, I want to hear from you. Which type of preparation do you recognize you're going through right now? Are you in frequency preparation, expanding your capacity to feel and process intense emotions? Timeline preparation: everything seems to be falling apart. You're in the void. Mission preparation: your struggles seem to be giving you wisdom that could help others. Leave a comment below and be specific. What are you being prepared to receive or become? I read all the comments and will reply personally. And if you apply the protocols from this video and experience shifts, please come back and share. Your story could inspire thousands of people going through the same process. If this content deeply resonated with you, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Every week, I release new videos on quantum physics and the mechanics of consciousness, energy as medicine and biofield self-healing, natural magic and working with universal cycles, practical protocols for reality transformation. This is just the beginning of your quantum awakening journey. There's so much more to explore, learn, and apply. And if you know someone who's going through a difficult time right now, someone who's being prepared but doesn't understand the process, someone who feels tested by the universe, someone who needs to hear they're not being punished but prepared, share this video with that person. You might just change someone's life by doing so. You might offer the perspective that transforms suffering into purpose, victimhood into conscious creation. Before we wrap up, I want you to understand one fundamental truth. You are not here by accident. The fact that you found this video, the fact that you watched it all the way through, the fact that these words are resonating in your body, this is not coincidence. This is synchronicity. This is the universe confirming, yes, you are ready. Yes, you are being prepared. Yes, something extraordinary is coming. And here's what I need you to know with absolute certainty. You have within you the power to transmute challenge into fuel. You have the capacity to expand your biofield during difficulty. You have the consciousness needed to make quantum choices at convergence points. You don't need to be more spiritual, more enlightened, or more prepared than you are right now. What you need is to trust the preparation process. Trust that the universe isn't testing your worthiness, it's preparing your capacity. Trust that the pressure isn't breaking you, it's turning you into a diamond. Trust that the discomfort isn't punishment, it's recalibration for higher frequencies. The preparation has already begun. In fact, it started the moment you desired something greater than your current reality. And now, equipped with this knowledge, the science of how consciousness expands through pressure, the medicine of how energy transforms through coherence, the magic of how to work with preparation cycles, You can meet every challenge differently, not as a victim waiting for the storm to pass, but as a conscious creator using the storm as wind beneath your wings. The universe is waiting for you to vibrate at the frequency of what you desire. So, start today. Start now. Do the morning energy clearing tomorrow morning. Practice the timeline choice protocol the next time you feel intense pressure. Prepare your nervous system to hold higher frequencies and watch quantum magic unfold in your life. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, may you remain in coherence, in consciousness, and in deep trust in the preparation process that is transforming you into the extraordinary human being you were always meant to be. You are not being tested. You are being prepared.